welcome to part 2 of this video. In part 1 I made it all the way to the Palermo area, north of the downtown area of Buenos Aires. And in part 2, right now, I'm gonna head south of the downtown area. So come and join me. And in part 2 we're even gonna bike on the widest road of the world, listed in the Guinness Book of Records. More on that later in this part 2. Yeah, some parts of this video will have suboptimal quality, like this part. Stick around to find out why that is. It involves a major technical glitch. Yeah, so my next target should be here, at the corner of Arals and General Lucio Mansilla. I read something about a tile embedded in the pavement. The tile's right there, dude. I didn't see it at first, but about 10 minutes later I found it. Here we go. I'm not gonna even try to read that out aloud, but I found it. I'll give you the translation in the video when I'm editing it. So here is the tile with the bike in the background, and here is the tile with me. There you go. To highlight a particular house here, number 2180, right there, because people are looking for this house but cannot find it. There's something special about this house. This is the house, the building, in which Che Guevara lived for a few years, and it was his last residence in Argentina before he left Argentina. And he is a well-known revolutionary. And when I studied in Bologna as a student, Che Guevara was quite popular there. Bologna is also a very leftist city, of course. So this is a very noteworthy and special location. So yeah, 2180. That's my bike, and there's the number, 2180. There you go. A little more information from the other side of the street. Let me first show you the whole building here. Che lived here with his parents and siblings between 1948 and 1953, and during that time he studied medicine at the University of Buenos Aires. It was in fact his last home in Argentina, that building over there, because on July 7, 1953 he left for other countries in Latin America with his friend Carlos Ferrer. And I think most of us are aware of the role that Che played in the history of, for example, Cuba. The timing is impeccable. Jeez, there are now construction workers there. That would have been so awkward if I would be, shooting videos over there. Yeah, fun fact, and maybe the observant viewer had already noticed it, we're still in Palermo, even though the previous video of this trip ended in Palermo. Now, in fact, I already recorded this Che Guevara segment before arriving at the spot where the previous video ended. But for the balancing of topics, I decided to move the Che Guevara segment to the current video. And I'm being transparent about it. So kudos for you if you noticed it. For example, judging from the map that you can see in the first few seconds of this video. Just a minor chronological hiccup, right? Right here at Avenida Cordoba and Malavia, I was leaving the barrio of Palermo and entering the barrio of Via Crespo. It's interesting that we pass Avenida Cordoba here. I have devoted a whole video on skating for over 8 kilometers on Avenida Cordoba. It was awesome, check it out. Dragon on the bus and a dragon on the mural in the back there. I should tell you that biking in Buenos Aires is a process that requires a lot of patience. There are so many traffic lights, so many. I have been biking for a few hours now and I still don't have the feeling I have gotten up to momentum. That's how it is. But that's okay, every city has its own features, his own aspects, his own characteristics, and I enjoy experiencing that. The potential solution to that would be to take these kind of secondary roads, because there are no traffic lights at most intersections here. That can help. Unless, of course, traffic is backed up like this. I've been taking random roads on the way south. I'm now at the Avenida Directorio. It's a lot of fun, just take random roads. Just follow a road wherever it takes you. One of the most fun ways to explore a city, I tell you. And as a slight bonus, it's a downhill road here. fun. Now coming back to the topic of traffic lights. The real big advantage of this road is, if I'm going the right speed, I have one green light after the other because they're all very well adjusted for the cars. If you have a decent speed, you can make good use of that, as I'm doing right now. One green light after the other. Yeah, a few days later I was at this very intersection again while walking. Thought it was fun to give you a different kind of point of view of the dynamics of this road. Fun to imagine, you know, me biking here. Buses, cars. San Juan, Avenida. Here's a biker. Right on, buddy. Okay, folks. I can officially confirm now, Buenos Aires is a big city. City of the higher level, you know what I mean. Awesome. I love that big city vibe. I do. Meet traffic junctions like this one. Hey, I just noticed something. Over there in the back is the 9th of July road. In the very back you see the Obelisk, and over here you see the Ministry of Public Works with a drawing of Eva Peron on it. Yeah, I mean, look at this, huh? This has that big city vibe. That's for sure. On my way to La Boca. It's a famous district in Buenos Aires. Now, only a smaller part of the area is apparently safe enough. So there's a specific road that the guys at the bike shop advised me to take. And I'm on my way to that one. I think La Boca means the mouth. And it refers, I think, to the mouth of a river that is close to the neighborhood. Let's check it out. Candidat Popular del Mid. And there is a drawing of Che Guevara on it. Anyway, I gotta go right here. The road that I was advised to take is to the right here, and then to the left. So let's see. Well, I have a green light. Yeah, over here I cross into the barrio of La Boca, right here. I think this is Campo Deportivo Boca Juniors Stadium on the left here. I mean, Boca Juniors is a famous soccer club. I do believe though that Diego Maradona got his start at Boca Juniors. There you go. Yeah, biking in Buenos Aires took longer than expected, so by now I was on a tight schedule. No time to visit the stadium, but here's an aerial I found online. It's a cool looking stadium. Check out this mural. Caminito. It is true that the way here goes through a different kind of area, that's for sure. But the colored houses here is, I think, what the main attraction is in this area. There you go. The colored houses. Yeah, so welcome to Caminito. All its beautifully colored houses. Same name you saw on the drawing I just pointed out, the mural. It is a highlight. I think that's Diego Maradona. Yeah, it may not show from the footage so far, but by this time I was in an extreme hurry. The biking had taken much longer than expected because of the many stops, but also the many traffic lights. And I felt really hurried at this stage because I had to be in time to return the bike to the rental shop. And probably, partially at least because of this hurry, I made a big error here. Now, since La Boca is a rough area, I put away the GoPro camera when not in use. And when putting it away, I must have touched an option on the touchscreen, turning the modus to the dark mode. And not just by level 1, but by level 2. So, for the following segments, the raw footage was extremely dark. I already alluded to this at the start of this video. Can you imagine the dismay when only after the trip I found out that several raw videos were this dark? Anyway, this is how it looks after I tried to correct it. There are more murals on the way out. Yeah, well, great. See? Tourist bus. Also making its way back probably from where I just came from. I like these kind of views too, with elevated highways crossing through the city. Definitely a big city feeling. Check out the buses too, they have a number not only on the front, but also on the side. Like 159 here. I think that's cool. I've not seen that before anywhere, as far as I remember. I am on my way to the last stop for today. And I believe that is to the left here. Let me first get up this hill. There we go. Yeah. We're gonna really see something's changing here. Let's go a little bit further. There's a church here, and across the street, I think a school of some sort. I'm not entirely sure. Alright, I think I have reached the final destination. This is Plaza Dorrego. You can see it. The name of this bar is Bar Plaza Dorrego. So this is Plaza Dorrego, the heart of San Telmo. Feria San Pedro Telmo. Yeah, so this is also a area frequented by tourists. In that sense also a touristy highlight. It has this European vibe, if I may say so, right? You can imagine yourself being in Paris here. Online it is stated that this is the oldest neighborhood of Buenos Aires. And some call it the most charming one of the whole city. But I think it's a very cute square over here. Take a look at it. Some dancing ongoing, probably the tango. That's the national dance, obviously. They got all these nice little bars and restaurants. There's even a mural there that I will try to catch. But this is how far I can go. I have to go back to deliver the bike to the bike rental shop. Head back through the streets of San Telmo. Almost had a few pigeons there. You can also see that there are some tram rails here. So maybe back in the days there was a tram here. I'm gonna take the ride here. There we go. The cobblestones have ended. I just have a few more kilometers left the bike rental shop. By now, I think it's rush hour. So that'll be fun. And just for the fun of it, I'll spend my last 2 kilometers. You can see the name right there. July 9 Road. The widest street of the world. 16 lanes and 4 bus lanes. I mean, look at all these lanes going at the same time. In the middle, 4 bus lanes. Awesome. Widest street of the world during rush hour. Awesome. Awesome. Eva Perron, I pointed out earlier, but now we're getting much closer to it. And on our left here is the famous Obelisk. It's in the middle of July 9 Road, and some call it the most famous landmark of Buenos Aires. So the red light gives us a slight opportunity, although the sun is in the way. Maybe I have to back up a little bit. There you go, quickly, because the traffic moving again. Maybe if I do this. There you go. Hope that worked, because I have to move on. I think I did the widest road of the world. So almost its full length of 3 kilometers. Alright, and that concludes part 2 of this biking trip through the city of Buenos Aires. And what can I say? Buenos Aires, big city vibe. Noise, traffic, dynamics, I love it. Really has this big city vibe. I've been going at it for 6 hours and 42 kilometers. That 6 hours is a little bit longer than expected. But that's because in especially part 1 of this video, I required a lot of navigation. And that was more problematic than I had expected. The reason I had a lot of navigation to do is because I showed you several touristy highlights today. Not all of them. Complimentary touristy highlights of the city of Buenos Aires have been featured in my inline skating video, this one. So go check it out. But other than that, goodbye from the city of Buenos Aires in Argentina. Yeah, goodbye from Buenos Aires, but also goodbye to Buenos Aires, because this was the last Buenos Aires video. I'm very happy with the set of trips I made in this sparkling city, and I enjoyed every minute of them. And in total, I produced 7 videos out of 5 trips, which in total amounted to 90 kilometers. And here's the offspring. And yes, I changed thumbnail styles in between. And if I plot it a different way, you get this map that is on the screen right now, and it shows that I saw many different faces in Buenos Aires, from the posh Palermo area to the Villas Miserias in the south. I truly enjoyed seeing all these aspects of Buenos Aires, all these complementary faces, and the city will be in my memories forever. Editing the videos took me many hours. It's actually now 10 months after returning, and I spent the last 4 months editing together with another city. More on that later. Somehow the Buenos Aires videos did not do so well, with very few views. Much lower than the Santiago videos, and I'm not entirely sure what the reason for that is. But maybe it's just because so much stuff has already been posted on this city, more than on Santiago. Now, something else I've been trying to do is to mix 2 cities to give you more variety on the channel, and in the last few months I've been mixing Buenos Aires with Riyadh, the capital of Saudi Arabia. And indeed, stay tuned for more Riyadh videos. Some of them have already been posted, and several more will be posted. And also, I will likely be picking up the editing of the videos from Montevideo, the capital of Uruguay, which I also visited in the same trip that took me to Santiago and Buenos Aires. And it's been almost a year after the Montevideo videos were recorded. So thank you for watching my channel, and for the loyal viewers that actually hear me say this, because they watched until this point, here's a little bonus for you. I had planned to visit a place called Calle Lanen during the bike trip, but I did not get around to it. I was short on time, as explained. But I was there a few days later by foot. Yeah, here's where the claim to fame of Calle Lanen starts. Cobblestones and highly colored houses. And I see actually a tourist group there. I don't know how they got here, but I walked over here. I think the official name is Passeig Lanin. Let me give you 360 here. So here's where I just came from. And the colored houses continue on the opposite side of the street. No colored houses over there. It's kind of odd because it's kind of in a, I don't know, area that feels a little bit rougher at the edges. And suddenly there's this space. Feels really kind of weird. I'll extract some more info on this neighborhood when I'm editing. You get at least a feeling of what this neighborhood is about. It seems to be ending already over there. Maybe there's some more over here. Well, I do see those are not tourists. I think that's a school or something. Young kids. Yeah, I think we're already at the end. Right here. Yeah, that was it. At least as far as I can see. That was Calle Lanin for you.